mechanical recycling is produce a very cheap quality of products compared to the chemical. So don't go for that one single revenue stream method. It should be multiple stream method so that it will be much more viable. Anybody can right this moment can go for this investment, but I will let you know about the technologically type-wise, as you are asking for the ROI and the investment reality aspects. But that investor should be keeping clean eyes and realistic expectation. That is very important. Let me break down in the technologically type. In mechanical recycling, we are saying there are two types. Basically, a very high-end machineries, high production machineries from the Europes, and that can be invest. That around. It depends on the sizes, but investment is coming $2 to $5 million. But in case you are using that cheap technology and lower scale of productions from the Chinese or other sources, within $500,000 you can invest for some same sort of productions. But typically it was not that much marginable, because I said that mechanical recycling is produce a very cheap quality of products compared to the chemical. But wherever, if you are investing in a chemical, it will be $50 to $100 million, or sometimes more, depending on the scales. But you know that the payback of it is risky because of right this moment in Bangladesh, because it have to be brand collaboration and you have to sell it a premium value. And not only that, you have to be not claim for that carbon emissions and all the things. So it takes the payback period is 10 to, as per my understanding, is more than 10 years. For the chemical, and for the mechanically, at this moment, it could be 3 to 4 years. So what makes Bangladesh especially attractive for the investor in combining of these three things? One thing is we have abundant feedstocks, low operating cost, and direct proximity to the world's biggest garments market. This is the very important thing, because we are recycling fiber, whoever been producing, it have to be matched with the next level of the productions. So if the recycling fiber has been contaminated, you cannot understand it until unless making the garments. So it have to be several test, trial and error basis. So it should be in the proximity to the making the garments producer. So it is very important, and we are in a positions, we are second largest exporter in the globally of this apparel market. So these are the three key pillars Bangladeshi investor have. One is we have this own feedstocks, and that is clean, sorted out, and it can be collected from the cutting table. Second is our manpower is low cost, and we have been less investment cost compared to the other utility costs. Still, Bangladesh is attractive compared to the other countries. So the raw material is literally working out of the factory next door. So that is another point. But one question is, never build a single revenue stream model. That most resilient recycling necessary earn from the multiple directions, like get free charges for the factory for the waste collections, because that was, right this moment, it has been challenging because that has been handled by a lot of mafias groups, the local indentors. So that have to be handled perfectly. That can be revenue from the selling recycled fiber to yarn. That is very attractive at this moment, as Chinese factories have invested over here. And sustainability premium carbon credits from that brands. That is very important, because it can give you a leverage to reduce the carbon footprint. So we have to demand for that. So don't go for that one single revenue stream method. It should be multiple stream method so that it will be much more viable. Building a recycling industry at scale is not somehow in private sector can do alone. That requires government and industry move together. That is very important. Let me outline what exactly and what is needed. One thing is, it was public-private partnership. One single private company cannot afford it. It have to be centrally corrected and centrally sorting out and make this infrastructure like the first world who are doing right this moment. The second is that it should be in a special economic zone like India, Panipat has been done. So in that case, we can make a role model like that, and there the government will subsidize for the utilities and other services. Third, we have to make a collaboration for the R&D centers where the academia or different universities to be involved for the technology adoptions, as well as the climate conditions, maintain the climate conditions. And also we have to market development, and where that other bodies like that BGMEA, BKMEA can play a role to collaboration with the brands so that investor can invest over here thinking that it will be a profitable business model.